I'm Inside, and I saw Star Trek the original series Errand of Mercy. It is directed by John Newland, written by Gene L. Kuhn, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts, and we're following in time, and we have the Klingons and the United Federation of Planets, and it looks like peace negotiations not doing so good. It looks like they're not doing some good peace going on. And so immediately, while watching this episode, my thought process is, okay, can the Klingons and the humans, can they be at peace at all during this episode? So that's what I'm watching this episode for. I'm interested to see if they resolve, how they resolve. Is it just going to be like the Romulans, where the Romulans just kind of self-destruct out of not wanting to be captured by the USS Enterprise after they destroy them? Is this what's going to happen? Are we going to have another Romulans? And also, I've heard before even embarking on this journey to be watching all the Star Treks, I've heard Klingon in culture. The Big Bang Theory, what a normie thing for me to say, but the Big Bang Theory, obviously there's a lot of Star Trek references within that, and Sheldon's like, oh, I know all the languages of the Klingon. I'm like, huh, I didn't hear the Klingon using their different languages within this episode. That might be established later on. I'm not sure. This is my first watch through. Let me know what you think of the Klingons in the comments below. There's this planet next to the Klingon border. Its name is Organia, and it's just chilling there. It's not federated. It's not Klingon. However, it seems like the Klingon are wanting to take over this planet, and so the USS Enterprise is sent there to protect them and to persuade them into any self-defense whatsoever. We have the USS Enterprise. They go down there, they reach down to the planet's surface, and guess what they see? They see a bunch of people nice and happy and free, but the technology, it's like they're in the medieval times. And I'm like, okay, my brain's exploding watching this realization that I don't think these guys have a chance with the Klingons. They don't even have like crossbows or anything. They are so against violence. They don't have any weapons of any kind. And so of course the USS Enterprise, they're assigned here. We have Kirk and Spock beam down here. They beam down to the planet's surface, and we have the USS Enterprise is currently in orbit, but then a bunch of Klingons start attacking it, and so Spock and Kirk are stuck on the planet's surface because I love this about Kirk. I love how Kirk's like, hey, get the ship out of this orbit, you guys go away. And Sulu's over here like, oh, I'm a little bit hesitant, Captain, but we're going to be leaving you on the surface. And also Spock, yeah, come on, just leave, go. I'm like, I get it, Sulu. I get your hesitancy because you don't want to leave without the captain, but it's also captain's orders to leave. He wants you to leave for your own protection and for the protection of everybody else on the ship. And that is what I really like about Kirk. I like how he's willing to be in the middle of the battle. It's not even a battle. There's no battling happening right now. Feud. I think a feud's a proper term for this. So he's in the middle of the feud. And what's fun about this, there's just so many times of him trying to convince these people to take a stand against the Klingon. We have this Klingon. He's like, oh, Spock, I don't trust you at all. I think you're a spy. And I'm like, at what point did the Vulcans do anything done dirty to you? What reason do you have to not trust a Vulcan? They're 110% logic unless they have a tiny bit of human blood, and then they're 100% logic. But like, at what point are you not going to trust a Vulcan? Like, I don't understand. I would trust a Vulcan. Why don't the Romulans trust the Vulcans? This episode doesn't go into that much detail onto why these Klingons don't necessarily trust the Vulcan, especially Spock. Spock, as a result of just being a Vulcan, he has to have some sort of mind device trying to sweep his mind, trying to find out any information on him being a spy of some kind. Even if Spock was a spy, I don't think that machine would work because of how well Spock is able to control his mind. He has insanely good mind skills. How do you get that? How do you have so well of a control of your mind that when you have somebody scanning your brain, it doesn't come up as you being a spy? I don't think Spock's a spy, so I'm not sure why he had to implement this trick. Maybe he didn't want to give any information to the Klingon. After all, the Klingon are pretty hostile. Of course, the Klingon come onto the planet, and they take it over really easily. There's no hesitation whatsoever. They're just like, yeah, you can just have our place. Yeah, have at it. Actually, there's some food over there. How will you eat the food? They didn't actually mention the food in the episode. I just thought it would be fun to add. But easy peasy lemon squeezy to take over these people. How could they just let their planet be given up like that? I'm sitting here like, what are you guys doing? Do you guys have some sort of, is it called a MacGuffin? Some sort of cat in the bag that you haven't let out yet? Some sort of trick hidden up your sleeve? You got any of that going on? Because I don't see any indication that you got that going on. I am scared for you guys. I'm scared. I'm scared what the Klingons are gonna do to you. Plus, more importantly though, Kirk and Spock. Those are the two that I like the most. Kirk is desperate. He's so desperate, and he's like, okay, I'm going to try to do anything that I can in my power to have some sort of uprising occur. Of course, the Klingon get upset. This doesn't do anything to the Organia. I was just pronouncing their name earlier. Hold on. Organsias? How did I pronounce it earlier? How was I able to pronounce it earlier, not now? Organias. These Organias. They're not doing anything to defend themselves. Kirk and Spock get in trouble. But before they can get in trouble, they're just released. That's weird. Why were they just released? The Klingons like them? Doubt it. They suspected Spock was a spy. And since Kirk is Spock's friend, I can assume that they don't really necessarily trust Kirk either, so they're released. And seeing them released made me confused. I was like, wait, why are they here? Were the Klingons? Maybe there's something fishy that I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. I'm just confused at this point, honestly. Also, there is an order to murder a bunch of the Organsians. That's how it's pronounced. Organians. Execute Order 666 upon 200 of them. But like, no one does anything. And I'm like, wait. I thought you wanted to murder these people. Like, you wanted to be able to control them. But with control, if anybody who doesn't bend to your control is just going to get snapped in half and then just discarded and died and dead. So the fact that like none of the council are like getting up out of the seats to be like, oh, let's murder a bunch of people, and I'm like, you know, something is really weird is happening here. Jeez. And also seems like the Federation and the Klingon, there's a lot of tension building up to the Federation and the Klingon, because both sides, I like the perspective shown on both sides, but I really like the tension built between both sides, the Federation and the Klingon. They both have their different reasons for doing some things, but more importantly to me, I'm interested in the battle. I want to see a big old battle. Give me a battle. And it seems like there's going to be a huge, big battle. We even have freaking Kirk and Spock are like, we have to get all these people to be like wanting to care at all about their planet. Why are these people not doing it? Let's go break into the headquarters. And maybe this will hopefully cause people to be like, yeah, let's stand up against the Klingons. But I'm just thinking, they're screwed. Kirk, Spock, they're screwed at this point. They have shown no resistance, no weapons of any kind. I'm not sure how they could even fight with the Klingon. I mean, the Klingon have ships and such, like... We even get to the point where we have Kirk and Spock even got the leader. And now, the thing that was feeling a little bit fishy throughout the rest of the episode, I was like, what's going on here? Why are they just randomly just like able to leave instead of being captured by the Klingons? They're just able to leave, but you know, they stick around because they're trying to get these Organtians to do anything. These Organtians, you wanna know what's really fun about them? They're not like made of matter. So why do they look like humans? Can they change their matter at will? Like, this episode doesn't really explain that. That's just what I got a question of from these guys. They look like humans, but they're not made of matter. And they're incredibly hyper intelligent. They have like skills and such. And they've been, I'd say, nerfing both sides of this conflict the entire time, the entire episode, and their only goal was peace. And they're like, yeah, let's make some peace, Klingons. Klingon and humans, please make peace. If you're not going to make peace, then I'm going to force you. But I'm also going to act really helpless, and I'm going to make sure you want to make me feel like I am being helpless, and that only Kirk can be the one who can start an uprising to go against the Klingons. Like, I really do think that. So this is a fun one. It's weird. It is weird. I wasn't expecting it. I was honestly expecting a full-on battle. We have the Klingons and we got the Federation, and they hate each other. They really hate each other. It's just gonna battle. Like, that's what I was expecting the entire time, but it didn't happen. And at the end, when it wasn't happening, and instead they were like, hey, being told you guys should work in the future together. You guys will totally work in the future, just not now, but you guys will work together, and I'm forcing it. You guys should make peace agreements now. That's pretty much the end of the episode. Overall, I like the tension being built throughout this episode. It's a pretty fun one. I like the Klingons. This is the first appearance of the Klingons. If you didn't know that, then now you know. Oh man, I want to know more about the Klingons. I like their eyebrows and their ears. They got some really gnarly eyebrows going on. Wow. Okay. I like this episode. I like the acting with it. As with all Star Treks, it seems like they're all giving their maximum effort, which I appreciate a lot. I feel like I don't need to mention when they are doing their maximum effort, but yet again, applause. Good job, William Shatner. The good job that you did now led you to be 93 on Twitter and posting about it on Twitter and people retweeting it because you're popular still because you're Kirk and you did such a good job. I saw that he posted that he was 93 years old on Twitter the other day, and I was like, huh, he's still alive. Huh. Interesting. I wonder how long he'll live. But that's not here, not there, not anywhere, actually. So this episode, I think this episode, this gets like a solid 7.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 redeems at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of other daily movie reviews, go to the link tree. Find where you can help support the daily grind of other daily movie reviews, so you can go here. And until next time, mint salad sauce, see you later, my salad croutons and burger bits. Boop. Beam me up.